Texas League Baseball is next. And good evening, everybody. We welcome you into this live broadcast on this Saturday evening as we get set for Game 5 of our 6-game set between the visiting Corpus Christi Hooks and your San Antonio Missions. Well, here is John Baker as he'll bring us our live broadcast of this one. Thank you, Bob. And hey, good evening, everybody. Yes, we welcome you. And so far, also, our people that are joining us here tonight, and our proud affiliations, and many others as well. After the ball game, sit back, relax, enjoy the best fireworks show, courtesy of Dr. Pepper, and so far, pretty good. Series will conclude tomorrow at 1:05 p.m. as Corpus Christi and San Antonio will wrap up this week here in the Alamo City. Missions head west. They take on the Midland Rockhounds in a 6-game set Tuesday through Sunday next week before returning home on Tuesday night, April 21st through the 26th. They take on the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Go online now, samissions.com. Purchase and print your tickets from home. Also, follow us all season long with the First Pitch app from Minor League Baseball. And you can download Bally Live and also YouTube Live, where we do our Tuesday through Sunday live streams. Well, I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. Bob, how are you doing? I'm doing good. How are you, John? Doing very swell. Thank you for asking. Well, last night, Corpus Christi got a pretty good ball game in, and they won it by the final score of 2-1. And so far, San Antonio is falling behind a little bit. And so far, we look at the Hooks. They're 3-4. San Antonio is 2-5. And so far, they need to keep going and trying to get some wins here this evening. Yeah, I got to say, John, a lot of wins is hard to come by when you're down this low. You're 2-5, and Corpus Christi trying to get in there. They're 2.5 games behind the Frisco Rough Riders and Midland Rockhounds, and so far it is a catch-up game to get things going like it is, man, for sure. 4 teams in the Texas League are 5-2. First for Midland being in first place and Frisco in second. And then Tulsa and Northwest Arkansas in the North Division. Well, anyway, Corpus Christi is 3-4. San Antonio 2-5. Amarillo 1-6. They lost last night to the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. And so far tonight, they're trying to get something going in order to get a win. Well, anyway, Springfield is 4-3. And if they win in against the Tulsa Drillers, then they will be a 5-3. And so far, Tulsa will be 5-3 as well if they lose to Springfield and Springfield gains a win. And so far, it's anybody's ball game, and also first place position if they get up to a 6-2, winning a tomorrow afternoon if they can. Well, anyway, Arkansas is 3-4. Wichita is down in last place in the North Division with 2-5. So exact opposite of San Antonio, now 2-5 for the Missions. And so far, they're going to try to win here tonight. Well, anyway, I know we are a lot late tonight as we're about ready to get started for this game, and well, we're just going to take you down on the field as we get things going. And I gotta say, John, It is a cloudy evening as we get ready to get something going. And so far, pretty good on that. Well, the first pitch coming up right after a commercial message. And so far, just a pretty good evening as we get set to go in this one. Jackson Wolf, the left-hander. The four-seam fastball, curveball, changeup, two-seam, and the sweeper will come into this ball game to lead it off.
Leading off here tonight, the second baseman.
The second baseman is Riley Unroe as he gets ready to go for Corpus Christi. And we are just about ready. Here is the first pitch, and away we go as that is in, and the count now 0-1 by Jackson Wolf. No balls, one strike, and the pitch. High in the air, up to left center, and he lost it. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. And boy, I tell you one thing, that is just terrible. How he literally lost it. And I think the light got in his face or what? You know, I don't know, John. When it's gray skies like this, you can literally lose almost anything. Lucas Pence coming in. And that's in for a strike. The count now 0-1. No balls, one strike. The count now to him. Corpus Christi has a runner at third with nobody out. And Lucas Pence coming in. That one is fouled in the way. The count now 0-2. No balls, two strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. With that, let's give the visiting starting lineups. Unroe, Spence, Flores will be the leadoff three. Austin, Baez, Whitaker, middle. Pratt, Powell, and Janek rounded out for Corpus Christi. It's getting going in this one. Arturo Flores coming in now. We'll put that one high in the air, up to left field. And here comes the runner, and he's going to tag up and get something going. And the run in to score on a sacrifice fly by Arturo Flores. And that is out number 2 on the play. Third baseman Trevor Austin getting ready to go. And the pitch is right there and in for a strike. The count now 0-1 to Austin. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-0 Corpus Christi after a sac fly. And that's going to be right there, foul. And that will hold on to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And that's going to be right there, line drive. That is a base hit. And it goes far to the wall. And that should be a 2-out base knock. Getting into a double by Trevor Austin. And yeah, pretty good hit right there for Corpus Christi. And now Luis Baez, as he'll swing and miss at the initial offering. And the count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, the count. And here's the pitch. Is that one fouled in the way? The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Straightaway third. He'll get it right to first. And with that, the side is retired. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for Corpus Christi. We head now to the bottom of the first. The Hooks lead it 1-0. They'll about set to go as we'll have our starting pitcher for Corpus Christi when we come back to the bottom half of the first inning. about set to go for the bottom of the first inning, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, James Hicks is getting on the mound for Corpus Christi, as right-hander is a four-seam changeup, curveball, cutter, and sinker. 5 choices to choose from, and so far that'd be pretty good for the starter for the Hooks. Well, Francisco Acuna coming in now as he'll take an inside strike. And it's the count now at 0-1, and we're underway the bottom half of the first inning. Cloudy skies, temperature at 77 degrees. I'd say it's a pitch perfect afternoon. A lot of rain in our forecast as we get going through Saturday evening into Sunday morning. Well, Francisco Acuna was called third strike. And with that, let's give these starting lineups for San Antonio. Acuna, Robert Salas will be the leadoff 3. Sanabria, Carpathios, Fabian middle. Verdugo, Murphy, and Castañon rounded out for the Missions here tonight. Hi, Roberts coming in as he'll take in a strike. It's the count now at 0-1. We've got a good crowd here tonight on a Saturday night. This is our last night game for a while. And that's in for a strike. The count now 0-2. Don't forget, tomorrow 1:05 p.m. with our pregame show at 12:50. Make sure you guys are here if we are here, and game is not rained out tomorrow, and yes, we are expecting a lot of rain. That's going to be right there, line drive, base hit, and that's going to go all the way, hit the wall. Yes, it does. Kai Roberts, the center fielder, gets a one-out double. And how do you like that? Double meat cheeseburgers for everybody, courtesy of that Kai Roberts double. Yeah, I gotta say, everybody loves the double meat cheeseburgers. It's pretty good when you look at it. And to tell you one thing, just the best thing that San Antonio ever has is Whataburger. Did you know that Whataburger was built in 1950? First one of them all was in Corpus Christi. Oh yeah, I remember. I used to go down and have a burger in that place. Pretty good stuff. That is for sure. That's going to be right there, line drive. And that is out number 2. And runner still holding on at second base as the first baseman, Romeo Sanabria, will come in. Boy, tell you one thing, it's raining in Midland right now. Rockhounds are not at home. They're up in Frisco taking on the Frisco Rough Riders. One ball, no strikes to count now. And the pitch. And that's right there, line drive, and that's a base hit. That'll be an RBI double by Sanabria. And we are tied at 1. Wow, getting something going here we see San Antonio doing. That for sure. Missions are having a pretty good night. And they tie it up at the bottom half of the first inning, so that's pretty good. Braden Carpathios coming in as he'll take an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. Gray skies through the evening and thunderstorms by overnight. And that's going to be right there. Ground ball straight away in the short hop right to first in time. And with that, the side is retired. So 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. And they leave 1 left on We head to the second inning, and it is 1-1 our score. Designated hitter Ty Whitaker coming in as we lead off the second inning. And it's ready to go. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one is high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled in the way. The count now at 1-1. And the pitch. Skied high in the air. Up to right field. Right fielder Carpathios will get it. And that is 1 down. Here's left fielder Carneal Pratt. Pratt coming in. And here's the pitch. That's in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Don't forget post-game fireworks after this ball game tonight. Presented by our friends there at Dr. Pepper. High in the air up to right field. And that is out number 2 as Pratt down for the second sacrifice of the top half of inning number 2. Shortstop Caden Powell coming in. 1-1 ball game. 2 outs, nobody on. And a pitch. And that one is out of here. 391 foot, 106.7 mile per hour. And a home run for Corpus Christi by Caden Powell. His first of the evening. And now the Hooks are up in front 2-1. Man, not good when you see it that way, John. Nope. Nine-hole batter, Walker Janek. Coming in. And we'll take an inside strike. The count now 0-1. Janek is the catcher for Corpus Christi tonight. And the pitch is a swing and a miss. And the count now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. And that is fouled in the way, still hanging on. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch.
Ball 1.
Down and in, and the count now 1-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the second inning. Corpus Christi leading this game 2-1. Plenty of time for San Antonio to make a comeback if they could get in and get something going. But a curveball right there swung on and missed. And with that, the side is retired. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. And we head to the bottom half of the second inning. Corpus Christi leading this one 2-1. Albert Fabian will lead it off when we come back in this broadcast. Now set to go for the bottom half of the second inning right now for the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob, and we're set to go here in San Antonio, Texas for the bottom half of the home second. Albert Fabian coming up to the plate now. And that's going to be a ground ball straight away up to second base. Right there, relay in time for the out at first. And there is one down. Well, that'll bring in the third baseman, Rosamond Verdugo. As he gets ready to come in. Cloudy skies, temperature at 77 here tonight. Rain is minimal right now. And that's going to be right there. Line drive up to center field. That's a base hit. So, wow, pretty good as San Antonio gets on and gets something going. Pretty good right there. Right, Bob? Yeah, I got to say, John, absolutely right. 8-hole batter, Kai Murphy. Murphy getting ready to go. And we'll take an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. Tying run at first. Murphy to the plate now for San Antonio. And so far, pretty good on that. Here is the 0-1. That one is high and outside is 1-1. Here's a 1-1 delivery, and that's going to be right there. And they get one, and they got two, and that's a double play. Man, they could have lost that double play real easily, but that was straight away up to first and in time at the second, and they throw it back straight to first, and that will do for the half inning is over. Well, it is no runs, one hit, no errors, one left on, and we head to the third inning. Corpus Christi in front, 2-1. About set to go for the third inning for Corpus Christi right now on the Hooks Missions Baseball Networks. Riley Unroe leading it off, top of the third inning. About set to go. He's 1 for 1 of the night, and that is hit foul, and the count now 0-1. No balls, one strike. Empty seats are filling up fast, and that's going to be outside. The count now 1-1. 1-1 delivery. And that's going to be right there. That will be lined for a base hit. And that's going to get in for a double. Riley Unroad getting into second base on a no-out double. That is pretty impressive on how Corpus Christi getting things going here tonight. Yeah, I got to say, John, it's getting pretty impressive when we all look at it. But most evidently, the base hits are coming in, and the team scoring the most is winning tonight. Well, that is for sure. Lucas Spence coming in as he'll come in, hits that one out of play, foul, and the count now 0-1. Just glad it's not raining tonight, and if it was, we probably wouldn't be here tonight. We'd probably be at home watching TV, doing something. But most evidently, we're here at the ballpark having a good time. Lucas Spence coming in. He's 0 for 1 of the night. Fouls that one off. The count now at 0-2. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and that is foul. Count now still remaining the same at 0-2. Here's pitch. Fouls that one off. The count now at still holding 0-2. And the pitch. And again fouls it off. Here's the pitch. And that is right there in time, straight away up to first, and they get him out by a pretty good margin. And that is out number 1. Jackson Wolf, four-seam fastball at 61%. Curveball at 18%, changeup 12%, two-seam a 3%, and a sweeper at 6%. First baseman Arturo Flores coming in. Wind up and the pitch. Here it goes. And right there in time by the third baseman. And they will get the ball back in quickly. No advance from third. And now here is Trevor Austin. It's 1 for 1, a double tonight. And that is down and outside. The count now 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0. That one fouled off, and the count now at 1-1. And that's going to be right there. Line drive straight away. And in time for out number 3. Well, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on for Corpus Christi. 3.5 here tonight. The Hooks in front, 2-1. So about set to go as Marcos Castañon, Acuna, and Roberts will lead it off when we come back. And a 2-1 ball game. Now set to go for the bottom half of the third. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Marcos Castañon will lead it off, 9-1-2. As that's in for the code strike, it's 0-1. Boy, we are just underway of this bottom half of three. Still a long way to go. That one's the line drive. Hug up the line, and that's going to get in for a base hit. And Castañon with a leadoff single, getting something going. Man, what a good way to get this one and this half inning underway. Yeah, that is for sure, Bob. Acuna coming in now as he'll try to get something going. Here's the pitch to him, and that's going to be high in the air up the left field. And what a way to get an early exit out of this half inning. Just a square to right, the center, or left field. You know, you hit one of those and you can literally just get out of there. And it's not fun just doing that. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in. One ball, no strikes. Tying run up at first base. And the pitch. That's a line straightaway center. And San Antonio now has two aboard now. So still trying to get going here and get something going. Well, that's going to be pretty good if they could get something going and get the tie-breaking run home and pull ahead. That's right there. Line drive straight away. Up to second for one. Relay in time, and they got him. So no runs. 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for San Antonio. And it's on now to the 4th inning. Corpus Christi out in front by 2-1. We're back here at the Wolf as the right fielder, Luis Baez, coming in. Top of the 4th inning with Corpus Christi leading this game by 2-1. And that is in for the code strike. It's the count now at 0-1. Jonathan Baker alongside with my partner Bob, and gotta say it's just been a pretty good one thus far. Fouls that one off. The count now 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. That one popped foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. And that is out number 1. We lead off the top of the 4th for Corpus Christi. And here is Ty Whitaker. Whitaker coming in is set to go. Here's the pitch to him. And that is in for a strike. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. In the pitch. Swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Changeup. Got him. And that's the 4th strikeout by Jackson Wolf. In now, Carneal Pratt. Pratt coming in. Ready to go. And that's an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Dang, and they better be careful because 1 more swing and a miss, and you're putting another goose egg on that scoreboard. 3rd strike, got him. And that will do for the side retired. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. And we are 4.5 as Corpus Christi leading this one by 2-1. First baseman Romeo Sanabria leading it is 1-for-1 RBI double in the first inning. And pitch. That one is crushed. And that is gone. A home run by Sanabria. And San Antonio as they come back from the break. And the home crowd going crazy. And a pretty good one at that as they tie the ball game up. It's now a 2-2 tie. And San Antonio trying to come back in this one. That one is high in the air, and that one's gone. And they'll push ahead by Braden Carpathios and another prospect. So San Antonio getting that home run. Well, should I say 2 home runs? And now they will jump ahead of Corpus Christi. It's now 3-2. San Antonio, they are doing really well in this one. And to get started, after losing their last 2 of the 6 games yet, now things can change around for the better. Yeah, I gotta say, John, if they could get their 3rd win in the season, that would be good too. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it takes a lot of work to literally get on base or even get a home run. It just depends which direction you go. And that's the fascinating way that it should have went during the last 2 games, but most evidently San Antonio didn't see it that way. That's line drive right there, straight away up the left center field, and that's a base hit. Man, and the Missions just continue to pour it on, and now they need to try to get some more home runs here. That is for sure. Going to be a pretty interesting night as we bring you fireworks after this ball game. And that's going to be skied. That is high in the air. And in, here he comes. As runners now at second and third. And now something, my friend, is cooking and it smells good. I feel like it's going to be the sweet smell of victory in the end of this broadcast tonight. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it's going to be a pretty good one if they get something going. Second, third, nobody out. Kai Murphy up to the plate now for San Antonio. And yeah, that's going to be well hit, high in the air. And here he comes. And San Antonio picks up their 4th of this game. Now leading Corpus Christi by 2. Marcos Castañon, the second baseman, 1-for-1 of the ball game. And the pitch is down and outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Pretty good night here at the Wolf. And yes, starting to get dark out there. And that one well crushed. That is deep to left. And that is out of here. And Castañon with the home run. And now San Antonio continues to pull away. It's now 6-2. 411 foot, 108 mile per hour in the exit velocity. And man, I tell you one thing, Bob, they are just pouring it on here at Wolf Stadium. Yeah, they sure are, John. And I tell you one thing, it's getting pretty interesting when you have San Antonio losing their last 2 of the series. They are mad. They are coming back, and they are getting sweet smell of revenge. Shortstop is Francisco Acuna. Man, 5 runs already plated in this half inning. Pretty good, and it could be San Antonio getting up and getting something going. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it's always good to see something like this overturn this ball game. Corpus Christi, they were 2-0 against San Antonio. Now look at it. San Antonio is now leading Corpus Christi by 6-2. Kai Roberts coming in 2 for 2, double, single, and a run here tonight, which that is pretty good. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there, line drive, and that's a base hit. Yeah, for sure. Base hit after base hit there, Bob. And these boys, they come to play baseball. They are wowing their fans here tonight. And, a new night, a new time. And so far, when you lose your last 2 and try to get something going, there's always another day if you lose. And if you lose, well, it's something to always work on to make a better game, come to a better winner. Yeah, that's for sure. And so far, it could be either Corpus Christi or San Antonio to get something going. That's for sure. Here's the 0-2. And that is line straightaway second base. And with that, the side is retired. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. And we head to the 5th inning. San Antonio leading it 6-2. So we'll be right back as we get set with Caden Powell, Janek, and Unruh. We'll lead it off after a break. Foul set to go for the top of the 5th inning for Corpus Christi, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Caden Powell coming in, 8, 9, and 1 due up here in this half inning as underway here in the 5th inning. The count now 0-1. First pitch thrown by Jackson Wolf for a strike. 0-1. High in the air, up to left field. Boy, that was well hit. But a rough out number 1 as that will be to the left fielder. Walker Janek coming in is 0 for 1, a strikeout. Getting ready to go. And the pitch. Ball. And that is down and in for a ball. The count now 1-0. One ball, no strikes. And is in for a code strike. And the count now at 1-1. One ball, one strike. That one high in the air, up to left field. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, second baseman, Riley Unroe.
Riley Unroe coming in is 2 for 2, 2 doubles and a run. And the pitch. That one right there, ground hop straight away third. Flip it to first, and that will do for this half inning is over. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Corpus Christi. We're 5.5 here tonight, and we are 6-2. Jose Fleury coming in now as he'll be the new relief pitcher for Corpus Christi when we come back from our break. About set to go for the bottom of the fifth right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Jose Fury coming in now, 95 on a 4-seam fastball, changeup, slider, curveball, and a 2-seam fastball. Welcome our fans into also the live stream, and gotta say, pretty good. First baseman Romeo Sanabria coming in as he'll take a inside strike, and it's the count now 0-1. Best nighttime ball game we've ever had, and yes, cloudy skies as we go through the evening, and that is foul ball. The count now 0-2. San Antonio got a good deficit, 6-2, bottom of the fifth inning. Trying to get something going. That's going to be line high in the air up to center field, and that is out number 1. And so far, pretty good. The radar gun says that was 89 miles an hour. And the next batter up for San Antonio, right fielder Braden Carpathios. He was the 1-for-2 solo home run in the 4th inning. And boom! Yeah, there he goes. That one is gone. How you like them apples? And that is the 2nd home run for him here tonight. Boy, San Antonio is wowing the audience tonight. It's like demolition derby. Or actually, home run derby. What do you think, Bob? Yeah, I think it's the opposite of both. 104.4 miles an hour on the exit velocity. And now a 432-foot fastball. Man, I gotta say, pretty good. That one's right there. Liner straight away. And they pass it straight to the pitcher, covering the bag for the out. And it is 2 away. Third baseman Rosemond Verdugo, 2-for-2 double, single, and a run. San Antonio 7, Corpus Christi 2. Missions have a 5-run lead. They had 5 runs tallied. 5 runs tallied, bottom of the 4th inning. And to this half inning, only 1 run already scored in. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there, line drive. Ground hopper, straightaway third, up to first in time, and that will do it. But Braden Carpathios comes in and puts one out of the yard, and it makes it a San Antonio 5-run lead. It's 7-2. Well, back here as we bring you the half point of this ball game here, the Show Network. San Antonio Missions and Corpus Christi Hooks here tonight. 5th of the 6-game homestand, and so far a pretty good week next week as we head to Midland for a 6-game set, my hometown. Got fans watching, and yeah, let's go San Antonio. Nice, 2 more, and pretty good on that. We welcome all of our visitors here in our broadcast as we head to the top half of the 6th inning. Jonathan Baker here. Also Bob as my co-host and partner for a long time. Lucas Spence will lead it off. And gotta say, Bob, a pretty good night thus far for San Antonio. And that's going to be in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Well, I'm having a lot of fun. What about you, John? Oh, yeah, we are all having fun. We got a full house tonight. Mother Nature has been pretty decent thus far. Gotta say, she has really allowed us to play baseball tonight under cloudy skies. That one straight away up to left center, and that is out number 1. Hopefully she'll allow us to play baseball tomorrow. Our first pitch against Corpus Christi is 105. Hooks head home to take on Northwest Arkansas Tuesday through Sunday next week. San Antonio heads to Midland. Arturo Flores coming in as he'll take a strike, and the count now at 0-1. Well, we'll head to Midland and do broadcast down there. Then we'll come home, take on Amarillo for a 6-game homestand, with homestand number 2 starting on Tuesday night, April 21st through the 26th, taking on Amarillo. Here is the 0-2. Fouled and away, the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch right there, called third strike, and they got him. Boy, and a perfectly good strikeout. That indeed pretty good, for sure. Trevor Austin, 1 for 2, a double. It's coming in here at the ball game as the 4th hole batter. And that's in for a strike. The count now 0-1. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 6th inning. San Antonio leading by 5 at 7-2. And that one is going to be fouled off. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. And again fouls that one off. Confidence level is pretty good for Jackson Wolf as he's at 62 pitches. And so far pretty good. Groundhopper straight away up at first, as that will do for this half inning. No runs, hits, errors, and nobody left on as we head now to the bottom half of the 6th inning. San Antonio leads it 7-2. Kai, Murphy, Castañon, and Acuna will lead it off when we come back for the bottom half of the 6th inning, straight ahead. The bottom half of the 6th inning, right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Kai Murphy set to go as we lead off the bottom half of the 6th inning. And so far, pretty good. Ground ball straight away up to second base. Throw down to first in time for out number 1.
Now batting, second baseman,
Marcos Castañon is 2 for 2. Home run, single, 2 RBIs, and a run. Pretty good night here for San Antonio. 5 runs, bottom of the 4th inning. A large deficit. And pretty good. That's a swing and a miss slider, and the count now 1-1. 1 away, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th. San Antonio 7, Corpus Christi 2. And that's going to get down. Line drive, base hit. And that's going to be a 1-out double for Castañon as he gets into second safely. And so far, it is pretty good. Just to even get some base hits and home runs and all the above. Boy, the home crowd is enjoying this game tonight. Yeah, for sure. I think all of us are enjoying the game. I mean, just really fun when you all think about it. Yeah, Francisco Acuna coming in as he's 0 for 3, strikeout, flyout, and a ground out. That one right there, ground ball. Ground hopper straight away up to short from first. And that is out number 2. Kai Roberts coming in. 3 for 3, double, 2 singles, and 1 run. Here's the pitch to him. And that is fouled in the way. The count now at 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And ground hopper foul. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second. And that's going to be hit high in the air up to left center. And that will pretty much do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on for San Antonio. 7th inning coming up. Mission's up 7-2. So Luis Baez, Whitaker, and Pratt will lead us off when we get ready to go for the 7th inning. Now set to go for the top half of the seventh inning for Corpus Christi. Right now, the Mission's Baseball Network. Well, Luis Baez coming in as we head off to the seventh inning here tonight. I say pretty good ball game here. Groundhopper straightaway up to third. The third baseman will get it. Right in time is out number one. Corpus Christi down to their final 8 outs tonight. And here is the designated hitter, Ty Whitaker. Whitaker coming in from the stretch and is in for the cold strike. The count now at 0-1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be high in the air. The left fielder will run, or actually, no. He does not run. He literally stands put and lets the baseball come to him. Wow. Left fielder, Carneal Pratt. 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. Coming in from the stretch, says in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Ball game almost over here in this fifth game. We've got fireworks afterwards, so make sure you stay in your seats for tonight's fireworks show, and a Missions win would be pretty good. That one's going to be right there, line drive. That's a base hit. So now it's Corpus Christi getting into another hit. Once that is pretty good. But it still has a lot of work to do if they want to try to catch San Antonio by surprise. That's fouled in the way. The count now 0-1. 1 for 2, solo home run by Caden Powell in the second inning. Yeah, I got to say, John, it's really good for Corpus Christi to get something going. That's a swing and a miss. Changeup will get them out, and the count now 0-2. A lot of 3-up, 3-down innings for the past couple. Yep, for sure. And that's going to be right there, line drive. That's a base hit. And it goes all the way to the wall, and here comes the runner. And in the score, as that will be an RBI double, and now Corpus Christi getting one of those runs back. Will that be an insurance run right there? Yep. Hey, speaking about insurance, AAA is pretty good as well. AAA insurance, is that what you're talking about? Yep. So if any time you have a car accident, always get with your insurance provider on what you should do. Well, the count now 0-1 to Walker Janek as he's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. I'm no car expert, but most evidently, I guess insurance rates go up when you do get into a car accident. Even though it don't make any sense why, but evidently if somebody was to just rear-end you, then the person that rear-ended you should have their insurance go up and not yours. But it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I know. It's kind of stupid. Insurance companies want their money. Yeah, that for sure. Well, Caden Powell putting one over the fence. And now we head to the stretch inning at San Antonio 7, Corpus Christi 3. So we'll be right back as we get going as Ethan Salas, Sanabria, and Carpathios will lead it off. Well, we're back from the 7th inning stretch as we get set to go for the bottom half of the 7th, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Ethan Salas, the next batter up, will stride up for the bottom half of the 7th. 3-4-5. Due up in this one. High in the air, up to center, and he'll hit the wall. And boy, that should have been a few more inches upward. And most evidently, that was just pretty rough around the edges. Romeo Sanabria coming in will ground that one straight away up to ground second, or should I say short, and goes directly to first base on that one. And that'll bring up Braden Carpathios. And you look at this guy for San Antonio. Man, he can really hit a baseball. And he's hit one during the bottom half of the 4th inning. And then you look at him. Here's his 2nd home run. And so far, pretty good on that. Let's see if he can make it a 3-for-3 of the night. And see if he could get another home run. Right there now to play. The count now 0-1 to Carpathios. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Line drive straight up into center field. And that will end the inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio. 8th inning coming up. Missions have a 7-3 lead. Riley Unroe will lead us off in the top half of the 8th inning when we come back. Top half of the 8th inning set to go for Corpus Christi, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Riley Unroe set to go as we're about set to lead off the top half of the 8th inning. But, yep, evidently Jackson will hit his limit, and so far that will do for him out on the mound for San Antonio. Dyson Acosta will lead it off for San Antonio as a reliever. And he'll get the rest of this game, no doubt about it. Riley Unroe will see him face to face. Acosta now pitching for San Antonio. Here's the pitch to him, and that's going to be right there. Line drive. That is a base hit getting down. And that will lead off the 8th inning on a single. And that'll bring in Lucas Spence. That one fouled in the way. The count now 0-2. 0 for 3, strikeout, fly out, and a ground out by the center fielder tonight. Tell you one thing pretty good, but Corpus Christi down to their final 6 outs. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit, and that gets down. And that'll get a runner from first all the way home. And now Corpus Christi now still trails by 3. And now it's a 7-4 ball game. Man, and they're trying to catch up as best as they can, but most evidently they get something going. Arturo Flores coming in as he hits that one, ground ball straight away, and in time a run in to score on the ground ball, and it's now a 2-run lead as San Antonio just holds it on. Trevor Austin, the third baseman, 1 for 3 double. San Antonio 7, Corpus Christi 5. Top half of the 8th inning with 1 away. That one fouled in the way. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled in the way, and the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. Pretty good on top of that. And now it's right fielder Luis Baez. 0 for 3, strikeout, 2 groundouts. And the pitch. That one fouled in the way. The count now 0-1. 4 outs remain for Corpus Christi here tonight. And that one is chopped foul. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to pitch. Ground ball straight away up to second in time, and that will do it. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on for Corpus Christi. And we are to the bottom half of the 8th inning coming up. San Antonio leading it 7-5. Albert Fabian, Vertigo, and Murphy will lead it off when we come back here in this one. About set to go for the bottom half of the 8th inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. 6-hole batter Albert Fabian coming in as he'll take an inside strike, and the count now 0-1. Hook's activity has started in their bullpen as they'll have 2 relief pitchers getting warmed up. And that is going to be high fly in the air, and that will go to the center fielder for the out. And that is 1 down. Rosemond Verdugo, the third baseman, is 2 for 3, double, single, and a run. Hoping San Antonio can still hold on to a 2-run lead and still keep going. Right there and in time for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down, and now Corpus Christi have their final 3 outs. Kai Murphy 0 for 2 with sacrifice fly, RBI. San Antonio 7, Corpus Christi 5. That's a ground ball straight away. Up in time, and there we go as that ends 8 complete innings. And with that, the side is retired. 9th inning coming up. San Antonio leading it 7-5. So back here as we get set to go, Ty Whitaker will lead it off for Corpus Christi. We come back here in the top of 9. Top half of the 9th inning set to go for Corpus Christi right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Ty Whitaker coming in. 3 outs until we have fireworks tonight. Here's the pitch. That one high in the air. Up to center field, and that is out number 1. And boy, tell you one thing, it is getting pretty good in this one. Here is Carneal Pratt. Wind up and a pitch. Swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. Corpus Christi down to their final 2 outs. And that's going to be right there. And that'll be in time to get the runner, and there's 2 down. Boy, a wasted opportunity for Corpus Christi. They have 2 outs now. Caden Powell, the last man up for the Hooks, is 2 for 3, a home run, a double, and so far 2 RBIs and a run in his favor, which that is pretty good. That is for sure. That one is fouled in the way. The count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and the count now 0-2. And now the Corpus Christi Hooks are down to their final out. Their final Here we go. And that's going to be right there, line drive. That's a base hit. And it will stay alive for one more batter. Well, they come back and they're not done yet. Boy, I tell you one thing, John. They are really trying to fight fire with fire. But in the end, you got to be careful, because if you play with fire, that true word that comes out, you're going to get burned in the end, for sure. Walker Janek coming in as he'll take a strike inside. It's the count now, 0-1. It's also 0 for 3 at 2 strikeouts and a flyout tonight. No balls, 1 strike, and that's a swing and a miss, and here we go again. Fans are getting up on their feet. The payoff pitch. And that's going to be right there. And this should do it. And that is the ball game. And San Antonio will take Game 5. And what a way to get that one going. As that will be the side. And gotta say, pretty good on that. Well, 7-13-0. Corpus Christi 5-9-0. Jackson Wolf is the winner. James Hicks gets the loss. And so far, pretty good. Wow, what a ball game already. Well, fireworks is coming up next. And so far, pretty good on that one. Well, it is 3-5 for Corpus Christi and San Antonio. And so far, everybody played in our final scores. Boy, it looked like Midland just secured another win against the Frisco Rough Riders, now making it a 6-2 and a 5-3 for the Frisco Rough Riders, which that is pretty good. Midland doing well, and still a first place to them as they get going. Well, Wichita having a pretty good win, 12-5 against Arkansas. So the Wind Surge will pick up their 3rd, and Arkansas their 5th of their loss there at All-American Ballpark. Tulsa will claim their 6th against the Springfield Cardinals, and now it's 4-4. So pretty good right there. Amarillo will get beat tonight, so they'll be 1-7. And the Naturals will pick up their 6th in the season. Gotta say, that's all the baseball we have tonight. And so far, there goes the fireworks as everybody is just watching them and having a pretty good time. Series concludes tomorrow, 1:05, as we get ready to close out this first homestand of 2026. So going to be pretty good as we get going in homestand 2, and that's going to be April 21st through the 26th here in San Antonio as we take on the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles. And so far, pretty good on that. So, yeah, good ball game tonight. And so far, gotta say, it was a pretty good one. James Hicks is the loss for Corpus Christi. He gave up 11 hits, struck out 1, and gave up 6 earned runs. And so far, not a good night for him as he took the L for Corpus Christi. Player of the game is Braden Carpathios, as he's 2 for 4, 2 home runs and 2 RBIs. Winner on the mound is Jackson Wolf. He had 6 hits, struck out 7, and gave up only 3 earned runs. But most evidently, he did pretty good and got something going. Anyway, well, this will just about do it for this will just about do it for us here tonight as we close out this game. And so far, I gotta say to all of us, well, we are just one more game against Corpus Christi tomorrow, and our first pitch at 1:05. So, winner take all in the finale of this series. And so far, pretty good. Well, anyway, hope y'all have a good night. And we'll see you again tomorrow afternoon. I mean, hopefully we'll be here tomorrow afternoon. If not, if it's storming, then most evidently we'll see you in the second homestand, taking on the Amarillo Sod Poodles for a 6-game set. Well, anyway, hope y'all have a good rest of your evening. And yeah, our final score, San Antonio 7 and Corpus Christi 5. Well, they got done with the fireworks, and gotta say, pretty good one. So a missions win and fireworks, that is a happy night right there for all of San Antonio. But anyway, hope y'all have a good rest of your night. And hopefully we'll see y'all tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. So hopefully we'll see you then. Maybe we will, maybe we won't, but if we don't broadcast at 1 o'clock, that means we're pretty much rain delayed because of all the severe weather that tends to come our way. Well, anyway, hope y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all again later. And our final score, San Antonio 7, Corpus Christi 5. So have a good night, everybody.